Hey guys, I'm Bob from World 5 List, and I love my pets. I mean, come on, animals can make some of the best companions because they're loyal and obedient, and they're extremely fluffy. But is there too much when it comes to buying one? Join me as I take you through 8 of the most expensive pets in history. Number 8, the Bengal cat. Now, if you really love cats and have some extra thousands of dollars lying around, then maybe a Bengal cat is the pet for you. These expensive felines can range in colors from bright orange to a light brown, and they're pretty majestic. They're also known for being friendly and interactive, and many people consider them to be one of the most dog-like cats out there. So if you're not exactly ready for the continual responsibility of having to take care of a dog, this cat breed may just be the answer you're looking for. Now, Bengal cats were actually developed to look just like exotic jungle cats, such as the leopard and the ocelot that you see prowling at the top of the food chain. And they were also created by crossbreeding the Asian leopard cat and the domestic cat. Now, they are known for being extremely vocal and playful, as well as intelligent and friendly, so if you're looking for a cat that's mostly aloof and to themselves, this isn't the one you're going to want. You can find Bengal cats ranging in price from $1,000 to $5,000, depending on the markings, and if they're show quality or worthy or not. Now, let me know in the comments below if you have a Bengal cat, because I'd love to hear more about it, and whether or not it's worth the price tag. Number 7, the Black Palm Cockatoo. Now, I should clear something up before you decide to spend $16,000 on a bird. This bird's not very affectionate. In fact, they can be extremely sociable and they need regular interaction, but it's not really meant for the average pet owner. Now, parrots and cockatoos do need a lot of special care, but if you're an experienced bird owner, then this particular breed may be the pet for you. They're very majestic, but contrary to their name, they don't actually have any black in their color, but more of a smoky gray hue. Their cheeks have bright red patches and their beaks are a dark gray-black, and they're also extremely large, earning them the nickname the Goliath cockatoo. Now, like humans, these guys can get overweight pretty easily without regular monitoring of their food intake and exercise. But as long as they don't have access to potato chips and your Netflix account, they're probably fine. Their large size means that they should be allowed a minimum of 3 to 4 hours outside of their cage on a daily basis, and that's way more exercise than I'm prepared for, so I probably won't be getting one of these $16,000 birds anytime soon. If you are interested in getting a black palm cockatoo, you can contact a local breeder and spend some time with the birds there. Ask a lot of questions because you need to determine if it's the right pet for you. And if you get one, you're committing to an 80 to 90 year relationship. No joke, this bird is probably going to outlive even you. And now for a surprising one, but first be sure to subscribe if you're new here. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, and thanks! Number 6, the lavender albino python. Now really, a creepy crawly snake should not cost more than a car, but in the case of this rare genetically morphed snake, it does. In fact, it costs a whopping $40,000 to own a lavender albino python, all because of its pretty shade of lavender with its gold markings and ruby red eyes. Ball pythons are actually easy to take care of if you have any kind of knowledge of snakes, and you can find a common ball python for about 15 to 20 bucks. That's kind of a scary thought on its own, really. The first lavender albino python sold for $7,500 in 1992, and that's when the interest in this particular snake increased with each passing year. It also became harder to find one. Anyone with a squeamish stomach might want to skip ahead, but after all, nature is nature, and snakes like humans have to eat to survive. These pythons eat rodents, and they have to at least once a week or even once every other week. Depending on the year, they may even eat less and then shed their skin. Also, a ball python requires a clean water bowl because they like to take a casual dip every now and then. Now, a friendly snake requires constant hands-on attention with their owner, and that means that handling them on a daily basis is quite the feat, and they understand their owner is a friend and not a threat. They can grow to be 3 to 5 feet long, so get ready for that, and just make sure that you're not going to change your mind once you get one. Number 5, the stag beetle. Now, bug collecting, well, it's kind of still a hobby. I'll stick to stamps and baseball cards, thank you very much. But to some, this is one of the most rewarding things that a person can do with their time. Now, did you know that Pokémon was actually inspired by insect collecting? The game's creator wanted to find a virtual alternative for children to be able to collect things, and that's when he created Pokémon, and it became an instant success. You know, 'cause you gotta catch 'em all, right? There are around 1.3 million species of insects, and that's just the ones that we actually know about. Who knows how many creepy crawlies have gone unnoticed? New species are discovered almost every year, and some enthusiasts choose to pin the bugs into glass-covered boxes, while others like their collection to remain alive. But why not do both, really? The most expensive insect in the world was delivered to an insect shop in Tokyo. The stag beetle had fearsome mandibles and is about 3 inches long. It ended up fetching a price of 10 million yen at auction, which converts to about $89,000. For a bug that spends a large portion of its life living underground, that's really a pretty hefty price to pay. Now hopefully whoever purchased the bug got a nice life with plenty of love, if bugs can even reciprocate love. Anyway, Number 4, the Arabian horse. Now these are probably some of the most well-known horse breeds in the world, and it's no wonder because they're extremely expensive. The breed originated on the Arabian Peninsula and is one of the most extraordinarily beautiful horses on the planet. The Arabian horse has a high tail and a distinctive head shape, along with a shiny coat that makes it look regal to most people. It's also one of the world's oldest breeds, and there's evidence that horses existed in the Middle East well before they were ever domesticated, and it hasn't changed much from their ancestors approximately 4,500 years ago. Arabian horses are mainly used for riding and are extremely versatile. They can be trained to do a whole lot of things in endurance riding and dressage and other equestrian sports. They actually dominate the field in whatever sport they're in, and they've become one of the top 10 most popular horse breeds in the world. Number 3, the white lion cub. Now these white lion cubs were created through a rare recessive gene that makes them albino, but before I get into how they became white, I should tell you that getting a lion as a pet should never be taken lightly. Not only are they extremely expensive to keep, but they also need constant training as well as stimulation in order to keep them happy so they don't rip your face off. Not to mention they're probably illegal in a whole lot of places. Lions really shouldn't be kept as pets, but there are people who consider them to be one of the best purchases in the world. White lions are sought after for their beautiful fur and can be selectively bred for zoos and wildlife parks. The bad thing, though, is it usually involves inbreeding between lions, and that really kills the strength of their gene pool. This inbreeding can have major repercussions, however, such as hind limb paralysis or even heart defects. Now, there are those that raise concern with the white lion going extinct if nothing's done, and this is not necessarily really true. The recessive gene makes it possible for offspring to be produced in later generations, so perhaps the white lion isn't really as rare as people think, and the recessive gene could become the norm for the future without having to resort to inbreeding and major health issues. Now, as far as price, these lions can be bought for $140,000, but due to the price, demand and upkeep, and also the scarcity, the white lion remains one of the most difficult animals to get your hands on. Even if you have the money, it's not necessarily easy to purchase. Perhaps a Bengal cat would be better. Number 2, the Tibetan Mastiff. Now, I wholeheartedly agree with the statement that food is the way to a man's heart, because I am one. But you know what else I also agree with? Money can't buy you love, but it can get you a dog, which is basically the same thing, right? One red Tibetan Mastiff sold for an astounding $582,000 and would lovingly be named Big Splash. The owner is a coal baron who is also a multimillionaire, so let's hope the guy is prepared for an 11-month-old, 180-pound ball of fluff that really loves to eat. The Tibetan Mastiff can get up to about 286 pounds, roughly the size of an athletic football player, and the high price proves that the dog has now become part of the luxurious status symbol of China. Replacing fancy cars and diamonds with dogs kind of sounds like a good start to consumerism at its best. Tibetans believe that the dogs are the souls of monks who were not good enough to be reincarnated as humans or allowed into the heavenly realm, so they came back as a dog. There has been an A-list of high-ranking leaders who have owned the breed, including Queen Victoria, King George IV, and Genghis Khan. In fact, it's said that Genghis Khan took 30,000 of these dogs with his army in a bid to conquer Western Europe, and I can't even imagine what an angry Tibetan Mastiff would look like. But then again, if they're a reincarnated monk, how could they really get that angry? Anyways, just look at that face. It's kind of hard not to love, but I'm probably not going to have $500,000 anytime soon to buy a supreme specimen, so I'll just settle with my pit bull. Number 1. Green Monkey. Now, I'm not talking about a chimp, but actually a thoroughbred racehorse who sold for a world record price of $16 million. The stallion ended up being a bust on the track, and sadly enough, it was quickly retired. Green Monkey was actually a descendant of the world-famous racehorse Northern Dancer and Secretariat, and it seems he didn't have the stuff to make him excel at the sport like his parents. The horse would originally be purchased for $425,000 and then sold for the hefty price only 7 months later. Green Monkey didn't bring much luck to his owner though, only racing 3 times, finishing 3rd once and 4th twice, and earning a measly $10,000. But it wasn't enough to keep him on the track. Green Monkey was named after a golf course at the Tabor-owned Sandy Lane Hotel in Barbados. I guess the lesson here is never bet on a horse that you've never seen in a legitimate race. The owner did end up with a dud for racing, but he's considered breeding the horse for a potential success on the racetrack in the future. Thanks for watching. If you can't afford any of these pets, don't worry. I'm sure you've got a great one. Tons of lonely pets are waiting to be adopted at your local shelter. Tell me all about your adopted pet or your loved one in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.